The current show, the energy levels you guys are putting out, not to put too fine a point on it, you're not 18 anymore, but you're playing like you're 18. What's the secret? Clean living and ginseng?
Raw desperation and desire. I think that it was funny. I was playing the other night, and we're going 100 miles an hour, and the band is like, it's running like a freight train. And someone lifts a sign up in the audience, and it says, "Rage Against the Dying Light." That's all it says. And I said, what is that? What exactly does that mean? And I know what it's a reference to. So I said, yeah, that's right. That's the idea, So I suppose that's what we're doing, It's, it's that, the band has had a work ethic since it started that brings with it a certain way of doing things, which is when we come to your town, we go balls to the wall, period, and we do that every night we land, and we get there to the best of our ability, and it's just something we like to do. It's just something, it's the way we've done it, really, I think, over the years, and it seems more important to do it that way now than ever, because I want the young kids coming to the show going home and saying, man, I seen the heart-stopping, pants-dropping, earth-shaking, love-making, legendary E Street Band at their best. I want kids going home to their, if their dad saw us in '80 or their older brother saw us, I want them going home and saying, I saw them at their very best. So it's something where we take a lot of pride in it.
Well, that's the thing that struck me 2 weeks ago in Mannheim. I've seen every tour since Born in the USA. I can't say I've ever seen the E Street Band better.
Yeah, the show we have right now is great. It has a lot to do with the writing. You have to continue to write well, and you have to be committed to continuing to write well, and you have to be committed to placing the band. Hey, we honor our history and we love all the stuff we've written, but you also have to be committed to placing the band in the present, and so that the evening is it's a big part of it. It takes place in the here and now. So the writing has a lot to do with that, with the way you address the events of the day, or just coming up with new songs, new good songs that the audience truly wants to hear. That is an essential part of keeping the band vital and alive and filled with blood and passion on any given night. And then the other thing is it's fun. The older you get, it's the bottom line is there's two ways you feel about it. One is you feel like, we don't have anything left to prove, and the other thing is you feel like, oh no, we have everything to prove because we're these guys, and there's something nice about bringing that idea out on stage, like I say, every night, and looking into the crowd, and I always look for faces that feed me during the night, and you always find them. They're always there, and they're people that they're not listening to the show, they're living it, and you can see it in their faces on a given, and so that's just because that's what we want to do, when we go out there. I don't go out there to play it. I go out there to live it night after night as best as we can. And but it's just something. I mean, it's just something I do for me. It's something that's the way I like to do it. And that's how I like to feel when I come off. And so if I do it for myself, I do it for we do it for the audience too. And it's fun having guys that played with us for 40 years and coming out and knowing that you're at your best and knowing that hey, we've got miles to go before we sleep. So.
Well, there's plenty of demand in this island for your music. I think the tickets, 10,000 tickets for tonight's show sold out in 5 minutes when they went on sale. There's 100,000 plus tickets sold for the 3 gigs in the RDS next summer. First show sold out in 10 minutes, second show in 20 minutes, third show in an hour. So I don't know what happened with the third show, but it took so long. But I mean, do you feel that connection when you come on stage in Ireland, that there is that great empathy out there?
It's a funny thing because, and I don't know, I felt something subtly different happen starting with the Devils and Dust tour, and I don't exactly know if people felt like that over here, but we always came, and we've had plenty of great shows over the years here. But there was something about those shows that I did at the Point that I remember. For me, I felt some deepening of the connection here. And then when we came back with the Sessions Band, that seemed to really this was just a perfect place for us to play that music, you know, because there was so much Celtic influence in it. And so those were very, very inspiring shows, and I felt like we connected in a way that was, it just felt special. And so, you know, the DVD that we did in Dublin is one of my favorites. I think it's one of the best things we ever put out on film, you know. And so there's been some, and I don't know, like I said, I don't know how it feels, but for me there's been some deepening of my connection here with people, and so it's exciting to come back with the band now and feel some of that electricity and passion, you know. And it's great because, you know, it's like where I come from, everybody, it's all Italian Irish, you know. So like me, Patty's half Irish and Italian, and I'm Italian and Irish, and our whole neighborhood is the Italian women married the Irish men, you know, and that's all our part of New Jersey, you know. And my whole family, they were all Italian women, and they all married Irish guys, you know. So it's nice as you know, you come back and you feel a little of that connection, and it's just been great, you know. It's been a great special. It's turned into a very, you know, another very special place for us.
Let's talk about Magic for a moment. #1 for a month, I think, here in Ireland. Has gone double platinum here, whatever that means in terms of album sale. On the first couple of listenings, these beautiful 60s inspired pop melodies and everything, fantastic. And then the more you listen to it, the more you hear the message underneath, the political message. Yeah. I mean, is that a deliberate attempt to sugarcoat a pill that might be bitter to some of your audience? Or?
Well, I don't like to. Part of it is in the States, you know, we got so beat up over the past 6 years that sort of just getting on a soapbox or didn't feel that you know, the rhetoric doesn't, just pure rhetoric sort of, we've had enough of it, you know. And so I was sort of looking for a way both to have a conversation about the events of the day, which is the way that I see one of my relationships with the audience is you're involved in this ongoing conversation about, you know, life, family, politics, just what's going on socially, fun, sex, you know. And so I was kind of looking for a way to write about what had happened in the States since, say, the Rising record, since 9/11, and talk about the developments, you know, the terrible road that the country took. And